All right, team. Let's walk through how to properly identify when a beneficiary is on group or retiree coverage and why we normally do not move them into an individual Medicare Advantage plan. Why this matters. When someone has employer group coverage or a retiree plan, there are several compliance-safe reasons we usually cannot enroll them into an MAPD. These plans often come with unique protections and enhanced medical coverage that individual plans cannot mirror. Enrolling them into an MAPD may cause them to lose access to their group benefits, and that change may not be reversible. Because group plans are highly customized, it's often difficult to determine the exact benefits without documentation from the employer or plan administrator. So before we even think about comparing options, we have to know exactly what they currently have. How to identify group or retiree coverage? How to identify group or retiree coverage? 1. Look at the plan code in Sunfire. If you see a plan ID that looks unusual, often starting with HXXXXSXXXX, or a code in parentheses that doesn't match standard MA format, it's often a signal that the plan is employer-sponsored or retiree-based. Immediate question to ask. If you see a code like that, ask early in the call, just to confirm, are you on an employer or retiree plan right now? If the code suggests group coverage, the answer is usually yes. 2. Do a quick verification check if needed. If they confirm they're on group coverage, you can copy the plan code and search it online to see if any summary of benefits comes up. Sometimes you'll find useful details. Sometimes you'll find 3 different versions of the plan, or nothing at all. If the details are unclear, inconsistent, or unavailable, you proceed with caution. 3. Understand the reality of group plans. Most group and retiree plans are extremely comprehensive. Typically, very low or $0 cost shares, minimal or no out-of-pocket maximum broad networks, rich medical coverage. Because of this, shifting them to an individual MAPD could increase co-pays, deductibles, out-of-pocket expenses, risk of losing retiree benefits. This is why we say that 99% of these situations are not appropriate for enrollment into an individual plan. 4. A small minority may be enrollable. Occasionally, very rarely, you may find a group plan that is not robust, a retiree plan that is not active, a plan with medical coverage gaps. In those cases, after confirming eligibility and doing a true apples-to-apples comparison, an MAPD may make sense, but this is the exception, not the rule. 5. When you cannot get clarity. If you cannot clearly determine the benefits of their group plan, you cannot fairly compare options, you cannot verify whether an MAPD aligns with their needs, you should not move them into an individual plan. This becomes a walk-away scenario. 6. How to close the call professionally. If the group plan is extremely strong or you cannot verify its details, use a statement like, in order to make any changes today, it would require disenrolling from your retiree or employer plan, and that may affect benefits you currently rely on. Since I can't verify the full details of your current coverage, the safest and most responsible recommendation is to stay exactly where you are. This approach is compliant, honest, and protects the beneficiary. They will appreciate it, and you move on to the next qualified prospect. Summary, rule of thumb, if it's group or retiree coverage, identify, early verify if possible, compare only if clear, walk away if unsure, prioritize the client's protection over the sale. Most of the time, the right move is to leave them on their group plan because replacing it may not be in their best interest.